Barak, take us out.
Repeat after me. Tazadayah.
Tazadayah.
Athah.
Yahweh. Vayashar. Ashapat. Yakab. Tazawayah. Tazadak. Adak Yakab. Wa'ab. Awanah. Tazamath. Hayana. Wana'aki. Hayah. Shakakwa. Tazarapal. Amaratka. Ma'ad. Wa'ibadka. Ahaba. Tazayar. Anab. Hayab. Wana. Azab. Pakwat. Yakab. Ma'ab. Shakak. Ka'afia. Tazadayah. Kazadak. Awalami. Wathab. Rakab. Amath. Tazar. Wamah. Tazawak. Matab. Awab. Nayab. Watab. Waf. Yakab. Shashayam. Tazadak. Awadah. Yakab. Wa'awalamyam. Abayan. Nayab. Wa'ab. Chayab.
This is the translation. This is Psalm chapter 119. Tazad. Righteous art thou, O Yahweh, and upright are thy judgments. Thy testimonies that thou hast commanded are righteous and very faithful. My zeal hath consumed me because mine enemies have forgotten thy words. Thy word is very pure, therefore thy servant loveth it. I am small and despised, yet do I not forget thy precepts. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. Trouble and anguish have taken hold on me, yet thy commandments are my delights. The righteousness of thy testimonies is everlasting. Give me understanding, and I shall live. In the name of Yahweh, Shem Yahweh Shai, the one from Yah, Aman.
Aman.
All right, shalom. How y'all doing today? The water for the water, whoever put this up here. Y'all see the title of the class. Today we're going to be going into an extensive PowerPoint, especially with everything that's going on in the world, with the Kyries and Kanye Wests and Dave Chappelle's. So as easy as it is to prove who we are in the Bible, because it's very easy and very simple, we also have to learn how to do this with secular history, extra biblical sources, archaeology. So I compiled a lot of information. Yeshaya can attest to this. I actually took a lot out because we would have been here till the morning. You know what I'm saying? So I took a lot out, which I will be not bringing out all of it because I like to hide some sources, but I'm bringing out some in some future classes when I break down the tribes, because that's what I will be doing. I'm going to prove who Ephraim is, prove who Judah is, Levi, Benjamin, even going into the Dan. So I'm going to be proving that. Just so brothers could understand what I'm doing from here on, right? So, all right. Let's just get straight into it. Let's get Salakia. Let's get the book of Sirach, chapter 39 and verse 3. Salakia, I left my, somebody, let me borrow yours out. I like to read along. Sirach 39 and verse 1. Yeah.
Sirach chapter 39 and verse 1. He that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies.
Now, a lot of people, they don't understand this book. I'm gonna be quite frank. And, through the Most High, through the Spirit breathing in life to the valley of dry bones, we're beginning to wake up. But just as Isaiah chapter 28 gives the blueprint, the blueprint is right here. Somebody that's keeping their mind on the law, okay? And then from you meditating on the law, you will begin to understand what? You will begin to be occupied in the prophecies. And the revelations and the truth of the scriptures will begin to be revealed to you. Continue reading.
Verse 2, He will keep the sayings of the renowned men.
Mm-hmm.
And where subtle parables are, he will be there also.
So in the parables of the scriptures, you'll begin to understand them, right? You'll begin to know what's going on here, what's going on there, so on and so forth. You can understand what Yahushua was talking about. You can link up prophecies, right? Continue reading.
Verse 3, he will seek out the secrets of grave sentences.
See, and just as it says, get that real quick, and what's that, Proverbs 25:2? Read that again, bro.
He will seek out the secrets of grave sentences.
He's going to seek out the secrets of grave sentences. All right, read that real quick.
Proverbs chapter 25 and verse 2.
Go ahead.
It is the glory of the Most High to conceal a thing.
You see, it's the glory of the Most High to conceal something, right? Hide something. That's why it's a secret. He conceals it. Read.
But the honor of kings is to search out a matter.
But the honor of kings is to search out a matter. Meditate in the law. Be occupied in prophecies. Watch and align the things that's going on the earth with the Bible, right? Study archaeology, study history, study science, anthropology, so on and so forth. And all of it will begin to make the Bible come to life. All right, finish that up, Sirach.
He will seek out the secrets of grave sentences.
Go ahead.
And be conversant in dark parables.
So this is why you see, the foolish things of the world confounding the wise. This is why you see people who were once drug dealers and gangbangers and drug addicts and potheads and Muslims and Christians understanding and tapping into this Bible all across the earth, primarily here in Babylon. All right, let's go to Psalms 107 and verse 10. Psalms 107 and verse 10. Babu Kushai.
Psalm chapter 107 and verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Such as sit in darkness and in the shadow of death, being bound in affliction and iron.
You see, we are these people that are sitting in darkness and we're living in the shadow of death. This is why most of us live in the ghettos of America. And you open up your door, right? And what do you see? You see nothing but death, drug addicts, police brutality, prostitution, people bugging out on the street corners, right? Read it again.
Such as sit in darkness and in the shadow of death, being bound in affliction and iron.
Being bound in affliction of iron. And this is what happened to our people. We were the slaves. We were on the cotton plantations, sugarcane plantations. We were taking out the diamonds and the gold and the silver and the precious minerals from the mines and the mountains of the Caribbean islands, Central, South, North America, all over the place, man. That was us and the tobacco plantations, and they had fetters of iron on us, and we had scars of whips on our back, right? Keep reading.
Verse 11, because they rebelled against the words of God.
And this is why it happened to us, because we rebelled against the words of God. Continue.
And contemned the counsel of the Most High.
Go ahead.
Therefore, he brought down their heart with labor.
And he brought down our heart with labor. We still living in harsh conditions, man. Very harsh conditions that the entire world doesn't give a damn about. Let's send millions of dollars to Ukraine. When we've been living like the freaking blown up cities in Ukraine since forever. You understand? Abandoned buildings and drug addicts and you can name it. It's countless. Continue.
Therefore, he brought down their heart with labor. They fell down, and there was none to help.
And there was none to help, because our only help is going to be who? Yahweh. He's our only help. And through Yahweh, we get to the Father, Yahweh. He's the only one that's going to redeem us, man. He's the reason why we're even to speak the things that we're speaking. How do you think these celebrities know, man? How do you think they know? Because from the labor that our people have been doing on the street corners, right? Let's go to Deuteronomy 32 and verse 20.
Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be. For they are a very forward generation,
Mm-hmm.
children in whom is no faith.
And you see that today, right? Children in whom there is no faith, a forward generation, man. That's why the Lord had to hide his face from us. But through us repenting, right? As it says in, what is Chronicles 7 and 14? We repent, cry to the Lord, and he's going to heal the land, man. That's what you see happening before us. The Lord is healing our people, man. Continue.
Verse 21.
Yeah.
They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not God.
Mm-hmm.
They have provoked me to anger with their vanities. And I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with the foolish nation.
Now we know, I'm not getting into this breakdown, all right? Because this is a whole nother 2-hour class. But we know that the people that this is talking about was happening during the time of Christ. Okay? And these people were the people that were outside. Get a precept real quick, Ezekiel 11 and 15. And the people that he was provoking, the Judeans, because that's what they were, in Jewry, right? The people that lived in the land, he was provoking them to jealousy with the scattered Israelites that weren't circumcised, that were in idolatry, that were in paganism, that had tattoos and had all these crazy things going on. So the Lord also went to them to redeem them. And the people of the land got provoked to jealousy. This is what this is talking about. All right? It's not talking about being provoked to jealousy with a white man or a Chinese man. That's not what it's talking about contextually. All right? That's a whole nother breakdown. Read that real quick for the precept for that.
Ezekiel chapter 11 and verse 15. Son of man, thy brethren, even thy brethren, the men of thy kindred, and all the house of Israel, holy, are they unto whom the inhabitants of Jerusalem have said.
So unto the inhabitants of Jerusalem have said, and they're saying this to everybody outside of the land. What are they saying?
Get you far from Yahweh.
Get you far from Yahweh. Yeah?
Unto us is this land given in possession.
Unto us, unto the Judeans, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, is this land given in possession. Not you people who's following Greek customs, not you Scythians or barbarians. None of you people. You can't come back here. You've been cast away. Where's your certificate of circumcision? Because that's what was going on. So they, through the Lord, through Christ, dying on the cross, gave these people another chance to come back. That's all this is talking about. But let's go back to Deuteronomy 32 and let's continue reading.
Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
For a fire is kindled in mine anger, and shall burn unto the lowest hell,
Mm-hmm.
and shall consume the earth with her increase,
Mm-hmm.
and set on fire the foundations of the mountains.
And how did this happen? This is 70 AD. So now you're seeing the outline of what's happening. So you see Christ comes. You see Christ is provoking the Judeans through his apostle Paul, right? To jealousy and anger through going and going to the scattered Israelites round about. Now you see 70 AD happening. Continue.
I will heap mischiefs upon them. I will spend mine arrows upon them.
Mm-hmm.
It shall be burnt with hunger and devoured with burning heat and with bitter destruction. I will also send the teeth of beasts upon them.
He will send the teeth of beasts upon them. So if you read something like the Ghettos Wars, what the Romans used was massive dogs, okay, to completely devour the Israelites out of the land, man. This is why we scattered, and we're going to go there, into Africa. Okay? This is why we also got scattered into Europe. Okay? This is what began to happen. This can also apply to when they came to the Americas. Because what did the Spaniards use? They used bull mastiffs. And those are big-ass dogs. You understand? I will never have one of those in my house. I'm scared. Salakia. All right? Keep reading, huh?
I will also send the teeth of beasts upon them, and the poison of serpents of the dust.
Good.
The sword without and terror within shall destroy both the young man and the virgin, the suckling also with the man of gray hairs.
And this is us getting conquered. Now, through us getting conquered, what happened? Keep reading.
I said I would scatter them into corners.
He scattered us into corners. How? Transatlantic slave trade. That started in 1492 on the island of Hispaniola and the island of Borican. And he began to put the Lucayan Indians, Arawak Indians, Taino Indians, and Siboney Indians, and Carib Indians in slave ships and brought them to Seville, Spain. That was the brink and the start of the transatlantic slave trade. And then as time went on, what did he also do? He put people that were in Europe, okay, the Jews and the Israelites of Europe in slave ships. Then eventually made his way down to where? With the start of the Portuguese doing it, the west coast of Africa, and began to scatter us all across the earth. All right? Everybody got that? All right, all praises. Let's go to Zechariah 1:15. Because even though this was prophesied, the Lord did, he said something.
Zechariah chapter 1 and verse 15. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen.
Because even though, the scripture says that the heathen is his sword. Okay? So the Lord uses the nations that are round about us to punish us. He does this. But the Lord did not ordain a white man to cut open the belly of a pregnant woman, take the child out, slam the unborn fetus into a rock, take a kitten, sew it back into the belly, and sit there and laugh and see how long, make wages on how long it's going to take for that cat to come out of your stomach. The Lord didn't ordain that. You understand? The Lord didn't ordain to use our babies as alligator bait. Read.
And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. For I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. Because
they forwarded the affliction. They took it to another level. You understand? That's what happened. They took this to another level. Let's go to the next precept. Let's go to Jeremiah 7 and 14. Because these things have to be understood. On why did we get scattered? But why did this happen? But what? You got to learn the foundation first. All right? Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 7 and verse 14. Therefore will I do unto this house, which is called by my name.
No, 17 and 4. Salakia, I did say that. My bad. You know what I want.
Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou even thyself shall discontinue from thine heritage. So
we were prophesied to discontinue from our heritage, right? I heard I'm not going to say his name, but I heard a Christian apologist, right? Because I study these guys. I heard a Christian apologist say that the Israelites discontinuing from their heritage happened in 70 AD because their heritage is just the land. So them discontinuing from their heritage was them getting kicked out of the land. Get Sirach 17 and 11. Let's just kill that real quick. I'm going to show you what the Israelites' heritage is. All right?
Sirach chapter 17 and verse 11. Beside this, he gave them knowledge in the law of life.
And the what?
And the law of life.
And the what?
And the law of life.
And the law of life for what?
For inheritance.
For heritage. So we discontinued from the laws of God. And what happens when we discontinue from the laws of God? The other nations begin to rule over us. We go into captivity. We lose our wealth. See how simple that is? Let's go to the classic. Let's go to Psalms 83. Let's go to the classic. Psalms chapter 83. Verse 1.
Psalms chapter 83 and verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. So
our enemies made a tumult, okay? And they're lifting up, they're proud. Okay? Read.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
Mhm.
consulted against thy hidden ones.
And they take crafty counsel against us, man. To this day. That's why you go to the suburbs, it's organic and, you know, just apple picking. And you go to the ghetto, there's barely any trees, all right? And there's nothing but genetically modified organisms. There's way more white lines in the sky. There's our neighborhoods are drug infested. The police hunt us down. They don't protect the neighborhood. They protect their own governmental society, man. They don't protect the people. Protect and serve. Protect and serve who? Shaitan. That's who you protect and serve. All right? Keep reading.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Now this is key. That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. This is why they want you to call yourself Black, Hispanic, Native American, African American, Negro, Puerto Rican, Mexican, Cherokee, Blackfoot. They want you to be under all these names, but what? But Israel. This is how you know what Kanye West did had nothing to do with George Floyd. They don't care because Kanye West has said things that were anti-Black, quote unquote, for years. Kanye West he had a MAGA hat on. Kanye West said slavery was a choice. He said things that were quote unquote anti-Black. But when he said, yeah, the Jews are Black, you can't say that. When Kyrie just posted a damn DVD, he posted a DVD. That's all he did. He posted a DVD, and what happens? Because of the content on what's in the DVD, which is an attempt to prove who the children of Israel are. And it points to us. Now it's a problem. Why? Because the name of Israel is supposed to be no more in remembrance. They don't want you to utter that name. You could be a Muslim. You could be NOI. They want you to be a Christian. Because Christianity is slavery. All right? They want you to be a Christian. But as soon as you say, I am an Israelite, you're a heretic, you're a hater, you're disgusting. Prove this and prove that and prove this and DNA test this. But they don't say that to the Jewish man. When he comes and says, in Israel. I don't know why. Why does he talk like that? That's another mystery. We gotta dive in. Why does the Jewish man talk? I don't know. That's a mystery, man. That and how does he keep the hat on his head? That little small hat. These are mysteries, man. Gotta be somewhere in the scriptures. All right, let's go to Luke 21 and 20. Mysteries, man.
Luke chapter 21 and verse 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies.
And this is 70 AD, right? Read.
Then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains. And let them which are in the midst of it depart out. And let not them that are in the countries enter therein.
Now let's go to Micah 4 and 10. Let's go to Micah 4 and 10, right? Get a little bit more understanding, and then we're going to dive into the PowerPoint.
This is Micah chapter 4 and verse 10. Be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail, for now shalt thou go forth out of the city. So 70 AD. They went forth where? They went forth out of this city. Okay, read. And thou shalt dwell in the field, and thou shalt go even to Babylon. And thou shalt dwell in the field. What is that field? That same field is that wilderness in Revelation 12, which is where? Africa. And then going into the west coast of Africa. This is where they dwell. All right, read. And thou shalt dwell in the field, and thou shalt go even to Babylon. And then we shall go to Babylon, which is where? America. So from us coming out of the city in 70 AD, going into the interiors of Africa, forming the Abyssinian empires,
and forming all of these different places, right, in Sudan, and then continuing to go where? Continuing to go west. Then eventually going into the Mali, the Songhai, Ghana, and forming a lot of these empires here, right? And helping build these empires, because there was already empires there. But we began to help build and fuel these empires with our trade and with our commerce and with our skills, as we do in every empire, right? Finish that up.
There shalt thou be delivered.
And in Babylon, we're going to be delivered. In America. Read.
There Yahweh shall redeem thee from the hand of thine enemies.
And Yahweh is going to redeem us from the devil that the Bible speaks of. All right, let's go to Zephaniah 3 and 10.
Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
From beyond the rivers of Ethiopia.
From beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, right? Which is where? This is the Nile River. Okay? So beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, what?
From beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, my suppliants, even the daughter of my dispersed, shall bring mine offering. So
this is what? Showing that we were going to be on the other side of the Nile River, which is eventually going to land you where? On the west coast of Africa. Very simple. These things are not hard to understand, right? Now let's get Deuteronomy 33 and 17. I know I'm probably flying through these precepts, right? Because I want to get to this PowerPoint, and then we're going to take our time there, all right? But these are foundational precepts to understand how we got to the west coast of Africa, how we got kicked out of the land, how we got into Europe, and I'm going to start explaining how we got into the Americas. These are all foundational precepts. This is Israelite 101, right? You at camp, but how you bring this out? Let me get Zephaniah, let me get this, let me get that. And you begin to teach through the scriptures how we got there. All right, all praises. Let's go to what I said, Deuteronomy? Yeah, read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 33 and verse 17.
Yeah.
His glory is like the firstling of his bullock,
and
his horns are like the horns of unicorns. With them he shall push the people together to the ends of the earth.
With them he shall push the people together to the ends of the earth. Right? And who was going to do it?
And they are the 10,000s of Ephraim. And they are the thousands of Manasseh.
The 10,000s of Ephraim and the thousands of Manasseh. Right? So this is what's said was going to happen. Now, where's the end of the earth? These are things you got to ask yourself. All right? Things you got to ask yourself. Let's go to Hosea 9 and 17. Hosea chapter 9 and 17. Bible question.
Hosea chapter 9 and verse 17. My God will cast them away because they did not hearken unto him. And they shall be wanderers among the nations.
They shall be what?
They shall be wanderers among the nations.
See, the northern kingdom was to be wanderers among the nations. Okay? So the northern kingdom was scattered as well in a variety of places, but the bulk was right here in the Americas. You know what I want now? In the apocrypha. Let's go to the classic.
Second Esdras chapter 13 and verse 39. Whereas thou sawest that he gathered another peaceable multitude unto him.
Go ahead.
Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanassar the king of Assyria led away captive. When this happened, Abadi?
See if y'all remember this. Israelite 101, man. This ain't deep. What year did this happen? Approximately. Between 725 and 722 BCE. That's when it happened. When they began to go in and they began to raid the northern kingdom of Israel. All right? After the split, which is 1 Kings chapter 12, all right? This is what you begin to see, all right? This is between 725 and 722 BCE. That's when this began to happen. All right, read.
And he carried them over the waters, so they came into another land.
And he carried them over the waters, over the rivers, and we went into another land. Right? You can see that they placed us in the city of the Medes and things of that nature. All right? Read out.
But they took this counsel among themselves.
Which is in 2 Kings 17, right? 2 Kings 17, you'll see that. Read.
That they will leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
Now, they were going to go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt, meaning there's no kingdoms there. There's no empires here. Okay? There was already empires and kingdoms in China, in Africa, in Europe. Those things already existed. But not in America. Read.
Verse 42. That they might keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
And this is why Native Americans had fringes and shields of Davids, and they had a mimic of the Ark of the Covenant, right? Found with certain books and certain scrolls and certain archaeology that shouldn't be over here. Like, why is that there? Why does he have Hebrew writings? Why are they doing this? Right. Continue.
Verse 43. And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river. For the Most High then showed signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go.
So through that country there was a great way to go. So it was a long time to get to that location where they were going to settle and begin to build their empires and their civilization. Continue.
For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half, and the same region is called Arsareth.
Arsareth. Now, Arsareth is not a name of a place. Arsareth is the Greek transliteration of meaning another land in Hebrew. That's what it is. Another land. Okay? That's all it is. Jump down just to prove a quick point to verse 48.
Verse 48. But those that be left behind.
See, that shows you not all of the northern kingdom came to America, because there were some left behind. Okay, read.
But those that be left behind of thy people are they that are found within my borders.
Are they that are found within the borders. And what borders Israel? You got Syria, Turkey, Lebanon, and eventually beginning to spread into further parts of the world. Okay? Let's go to one more and we're going to dive into it. Let's go to Jeremiah 33 and 24. Jeremiah 33 and 24.
Jeremiah chapter 33 and verse 24. Considerest thou not what this people have spoken, saying, the two families which Yahweh hath chosen, he hath even cast them off.
You see, this is what the nations are saying. The two families that the Lord chose, he cast them off. Man, he ain't dealing with them. He don't love these people no more. Read.
Thus they have despised my people.
And because of this, the other nations are despising us. Okay?
That they should be no more a nation before them.
And now we're not a nation before them. But this is why they're beginning to tremble and be scared. Because we're waking up to who we are. And we're opening up not just the scriptures, which is the most important. We're proving who we are through the history you gave us. Through the books that cost you, that you're making cost thousands of dollars. Well, guess what? We got a lot of them. Okay? We got a whole lot. All right? My rib gets mad sometimes when I buy books. So lucky. Like, you bought that? How much was it?